Hi everyone, I'm Shelly from There's No Place Like Home at redheadmom8.wordpress.com. I've been sharing a lot about notebooking with you lately because I'm really so excited about it. And in the past few videos, I've shared different ways that you can incorporate notebooking into your homeschool, and there are so many different ways. But today I thought I would share with you how we specifically are incorporating it into our homeschool this year, because obviously we can't use every single way that there is. It would be crazy. But I will say we do have 5 different types of notebooks, and don't let that scare you, because my kids are not doing 5 notebooking pages a day. They are doing 1 notebooking page a day, and I'll explain how we do that. So in one of my other videos, I did explain how my middles, which is who I'll be talking about today with these notebooks, my 4th, 5th, 6th, and 8th graders, they do not use a language arts curriculum. They just do a rotation of notebooking instead. So what we do for our notebooking rotation is the first rotation day is copy work, the second one is animal notebooking, and the third is journaling. So what we do is Monday through Thursday, Friday is something different, and I'll get to that later. Monday through Thursday, we just, one day they will do copy work, then the next day notebooking, then the next day journaling. And if something comes up that they don't get to one of those rotations, we just keep going. We just keep going through the rotation. We don't skip anything. We just keep going. We don't have certain things assigned to certain days. So for our copy work, we're continuing this from last year. I've shown this in a few of my videos. This is just the Silverstein copy work that my kids have been doing. And they're going to continue that this year. They're going to actually copy the entire book, A Light in the Attic. So I'm not sure how long that's going to take because they don't do it each day since it is a rotation, but that's okay. I don't really have a set time in mind for this to get finished anyway. And the goal of copy work is for your kids to copy everything as they see it. They have to make sure they get the punctuation right. They have to make sure that they get the capitalization, the sentence structures, those sorts of things. So the reason that I really like copy work is because it provides a good model for your children of writing, especially if you are not using a grammar curriculum. The second one in our rotation is animal notebooking. And it really doesn't have to be animal notebooking. It turned out this way because I asked my kids, what would you like to notebook about? What interests you? And they all said animals. So what they do is every now and then they just change animals. And this is actually also a continuation from last year. So this animal notebook, what they have to do is they have to choose an animal. They get some books out of the library or they watch videos, and they will write about them in their notebooks. Now, as you can see here, my daughter's is getting pretty thick. She really, really enjoys doing this. This is my 13-year-old. And she has done rats and ferrets and snakes, and I don't even remember what else she's done. But as you can see, she's really getting a lot of information about these animals. So my main goal of these notebooks for my kids is for them to learn how to research. I told my kids that they have to learn how to be experts, or I want them to become experts in whatever topic they decide to notebook in this notebook about. And that's what they're doing. They have to, I don't just let them draw a picture. They have to actually read something about the animal and maybe draw something that pertains to what they read about. But it's not just about drawing. They can draw, but it has to be based on something that they've read or possibly seen in a video. Usually read. They usually use library books. So these are animal notebooks. And again, this is for researching. Now the third one in our rotation is journaling. And these are just done in regular composition books. And in these journals, my kids have free reign to write about whatever they want, anything. So that can be short stories, which is what my daughter has decided to do here. My older daughter, she has been writing about what she does in school each day. I even think that my 10-year-old son was writing a huge list about video ideas. He wants to be a YouTuber too. So he has a huge list of video ideas written in his journal. And I do not have any expectations for this journal. Well, I shouldn't say that. For example, if my 13-year-old would write maybe 2 sentences in her journal, I would say, no, go back and write something else. But when I say that I don't have any expectations, I mean that they can literally write about anything that they want. And what I've mainly found is that they are using this for creative ideas, either creative writing or creative ideas. So that's actually another great resource in our language arts, because we've got copy work for the grammar and writing mechanics. We've got their animal notebooks for them to learn how to research. And then we've got their their journals to help them to do their creative writing. And it's not always creative writing. Sometimes, as I said, my daughter does write about her school day, but it's a good way for her to recollect what she's learned that day. Now, the other two types of notebooks that we have, those are our rotations, the ones that we go through each day, like Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So it'll be, copy work, animal notebooking, journaling, then go back to copy work, animal notebooking, journaling, 1 page per day. I do not require more than one notebooking page per day. Now, the other two types of notebooks that I actually have in one binder right now, just because I haven't gone out to get another binder, because my 5th notebook was kind of just a last minute idea, so I didn't really prepare for that one. Now, the 4th one is their unit study binder. We are doing CONUS, and so what I decided to do this year was to keep all of their papers that they're doing in a notebook fashion. Now, they don't do notebooking for the unit study every single day, but what I found is that I'm really trying to stick to things that can be saved in their notebooks, because last year I had so many papers floating around the house from their unit studies. So this has really helped a lot. And I've also found that they're much neater with things. They're much more particular because they know that it's going in this notebook. So that's our unit study notebook. Now, what I just started doing today was their animal notebooking rotation day. But what I started doing was, I noticed that my 10-year-old was really interested in rocks and minerals. So for the past few times, instead of animal notebooking, he's been asking me if he could do rocks and minerals. And that is fine with me, because again, I just want them to research something that they're interested in. And since rocks and minerals are related, we've been doing an earth unit study. So since rocks and minerals are related to our unit study, I told the kids, from now on, you can choose either animal notebooking or you can notebook something that's related to our unit study. So that's what they did today. Today I laid out a bunch of books that are related to our earth unit study. And I think that Bailey, my 10-year-old, he did, again, decide to notebook on rocks and minerals. But we also have ones on oceans and fossils and underwater sea creatures, which could also go in the animal notebooks, those sorts of things. So that's what my 4th notebook is. And I do want to point out that there are some times in our unit study that my kids will have to do a substantial amount of writing. On those days, they do not do their rotation notebooking, the ones that I just talked about, the copy work, animal notebooking, journaling. If we're doing a substantial amount of writing in our unit study that day, that counts as their notebooking, because they do it on a notebooking page. So I just don't want to make them hate writing. So if they're doing something like this, of course, I'm going to tell them, you don't have to do your other notebooking today. So that's what we do for our 4th notebook. The 5th one is actually a read aloud notebook. Every Friday is kind of different than the rest of our week. Monday through Thursday, we do in the same order every day. Fridays, what we do are Bible, and then we read aloud Story of the World, which we only do on Fridays. And then they do what I call tech time, which is some online learning time that they have. So what I decided to do was to have them notebook through Story of the World. So what they're going to do eventually when I get them, they're going to have their own little notebooks for Story of the World. And so far, all they've done so far is just pages like this. I will read a chapter of Story of the World to them, and they will narrate it to me. They will take turns, because I'm reading it to 4 kids at a time right now. They will narrate it to me, and then I'll ask them, what words would you like me to write on the board for you to remember what you want to write about? They tell me. Sometimes my 9-year-old will ask me to write out an entire sentence for him, so I will do that. And that helps to jog their memory so that they have an idea of what they want a notebook about for Story of the World. So if you notice, each of these notebooks has a different purpose. They're all writing, okay? They are all helping your kids in the language arts area, but each of these notebooks has a separate purpose. again, I'm going to go over this. The copy work is the writing mechanics. The animal notebooking is research. The journaling can be creative writing or possibly recalling what they learned about earlier that day. The unit study notebooks, again, is to help them really solidify what they've learned that day. And the story of the world is written narration. So as you can see, even though they're all notebooks, they all serve a different purpose, and that's what I really like about it. So I want to just say it again. Only one notebooking page a day. So if you get any ideas that you want to get all of these notebooks in your home, that's great. There are so many ideas. I would not do more than one notebooking page a day. If your child, or I should say teenager, if you have a teenager in high school, possibly two on some days, but certainly not every day. But yeah, just try to maybe stick with rotations or something to that effect so that your kids don't end up hating notebooking, because it really can be such an awesome tool. So if you have ever tried notebooking, I would love to hear what sorts of notebooking you've incorporated into your homeschool. I'm always up for new ideas. Just leave a comment, and I hope you have a great day.